If you search on either the Play Store or on the App Store, you're going to come out with a lot of endless running games, and I mean a lot, there's literally hundreds. Now don't get me wrong, there are some good ones like Temple Run, and also the one from Gameloft where it's the Minions, but today we're going to be looking at a brand new endless runner, and it is Spider-Man Unlimited, and this is in my opinion the best endless running game, and I'm going to tell you why. So, let's take a look. Unlike other games in its category, Spider-Man Unlimited actually has a story, and it revolves around the Sinister Six. So you're going to be fighting people like the Green Goblin, Venom, and also Falcon. And it's done in a comic book style with different episodes. So episode 1, you're fighting against the Green Goblin, and episode 2 against Falcon, and so on. So what we're going to do is just have a quick look at the actual menu itself. The game is actually split up into sections with events, episodes, recruiting, and also the main play menu. Now events is just daily or weekly events that happen that enable you to get extra Spider-Man costumes and characters. And that's basically the whole point of the game, to collect as many different Spider-Men from different dimensions as you can to make your roster bigger to then help improve your stats. Episodes is where you're going to actually get the storyline. Now you can see that you're making your way around Manhattan to then get to the final boss battle. And you can see that it's done in different episodes, and you work your way through the city fighting against the enemies. So the storyline itself is actually quite good, the voice acting is done very well, and also the cinematics are quite nice as well. Now you've also got your team, and you can see an example of some Spider-Man that I've collected over time. So you've got Spider-Man Noir, and you've also got some ones in terms of some battle damage ones, Spider-Man armor, etc. And you can level each one of these up individually, or you can use them to rank up or level up one of your current characters. You can also see here that you can also unlock additional slots, and you can also pay extra money, either in-game or real-life money, to also get some extra slots as well. You've also got Spidey Ops, which is just some additional missions on the side to help get you some extra points. Below that you're going to have the recruit button. Now in here is where you're going to get the new Spider-Man characters in terms of coming through the portal and different dimensions that they've come through. You can see here you've got both premium and also standard characters, and obviously premium are going to be a premium price if you want to use real world money, and that's pretty much one of the only ways that you can get them, because you need to use the purple gems up in the top. Now you can unlock them over time by continuously playing the game, so once you play the game continuously for around 10 days you do actually get an option to just collect a rare character completely free of charge, and as you can see here I've got a battle damaged Spider-Man. It does also prompt you quite a lot to try and spend some real world money, so do keep that in mind as the game is actually free. So you can see that all the Spider-Men have different stats, and you can also click on the information here to find out just what Spider-Man it is that you've unlocked. One of the form of currencies are these yellow vials that you collect throughout the gaming world, and you can also use them to purchase mainly standard Spider-Men. So in terms of new characters, you can see here that I can just purchase one with the vials that I have collected. You can see here that it says that he is a common Spider-Man, and these are the ones that you're most likely going to be getting throughout the game, unless you do want to pay that premium. Now again, you can look at the statistics, and they do offer some additional things in terms of extra points and things, but overall the premium ones are definitely better in my opinion. Now once you actually go into your team, you can also level and rank up your character, as you can see from this menu here. So once you go into it, you can see that you can rank and also level up. If you click on rank up your character, what you're actually going to be doing is using some of the Spider-Man that you've collected to actually fuse together to then increase the power of one of your Spider-Man characters. You can see here that not only do you have to get more Spider-Man characters, but you also have to unlock some more of those purple gems that I mentioned earlier, and again you can use real world cash. Now in terms of leveling up, again it is done exactly the same, and again you can use different Spider-Man characters because you are going to get some duplicate characters while playing the game. Obviously the most common characters, you are going to get them more than once. So I'm just going to select some of these Spider-Man characters here and then just level up. You can see that it basically fuses together their powers, and it makes your current Spider-Man a lot more powerful. So you can do this quite a lot, but there are level caps on different star ratings of characters. So you can get 3, 4 and 5 star characters, and different missions require different levels of character, or indeed a higher rank. Going with the tradition of a free-to-play game, you do also have a certain number of times you can play before you're going to have to wait for your energy bar to refill, and there are also in-app purchases which go all the way up to £70, which I still think is a ridiculous amount, but most free games these days do offer very high and very expensive extras that you can also buy. There's also leaderboards for daily, friends, and also the world leaderboard as well, and obviously it's good to compete with your friends using the Google Plus sign-in as well. When you're not playing the story mode, you can just click play down in this corner and just basically do some endless running to rank up your characters a bit quicker. You can also have some additional extras, so if you want to get some extra vials or multipliers with combos and things like that, then you've got the options to have those as well. And again, you do need those purple gems to have these sorts of things. Now don't get me wrong, you do unlock the purple gems as you play throughout the game, but they are very limited. So let's take an actual look at the game itself on one of the levels. I'm just going to click start here, and you can see one of the opening cinematics just here, and it does look really nice. The graphics are nice and cartoony. It reminds me very much of something like Borderlands. Now I just hit a wall pretty much at the start, and again it's going to ask me to use some purple gems, so you can kind of see where I'm going with this. You're going to need these purple gems a lot if you want to continue playing for long periods of time, which can definitely become a problem. Now, like most endless free running games, obviously all you need to do is swipe left and right to avoid obstacles or jump over obstacles, but there are also enemies in this Spider-Man game that you can also slide or jump to attack, and then you get past them quite easily. And being a Spider-Man game, you can see that there is some web slinging action as well, but there are also specific sections where you're not actually on rooftops at all, and you're actually going to be swinging through the air. So I'm just going to show you that bit now, and all you need to do is tap on the screen to extend your web, let go to fly through the air, and you can just see how this mechanic works. Now, I've played some Spider-Man games in the past on PlayStation and also Xbox, and this swinging mechanic is actually quite good for a Spider-Man game. Sometimes in Spider-Man games they don't really get this swinging mechanic down very well, and there are some issues, but this is one of the best and most simple implementations of swinging that I've actually seen, and it's very easy to control your character. Once you get to the end of a run, you can see here that you are given points as well, and also you can see the amount of vials that you've collected, which you can then use to spend on different Spider-Man, as I've mentioned previously. Now, in terms of those purple gems, you can see that I didn't get any at all, because as I said, they are quite hard to get. You can see here that you get some XP, which is how you actually level up your character. The Spider-Man that I'm using is actually the highest rank he can go at this moment in time. And you can also see that it does give some push notifications, and if you choose not to have them on, then unfortunately it's going to keep persisting and asking you to turn them on, so a very minor annoyance. Now, you've also got the menu up here where in the inbox you get certain things where you can collect a Spider-Man, also some friend requests and things, which allows you to then compare your scores against friends. You do also get some goals, so for instance going through a certain amount of rings or knocking down a certain amount of enemies to then also get some extra prizes as well. So there are some daily goals and things, and overall there's quite a lot in the game to keep you going, whether it's the story mode or just the free running mode. Now, in the story mode, there are different levels that you need to get up to actually get to the main boss, and because it is a multi-dimension game, you're going to be fighting different versions of, say, Green Goblin at any one time. So you work your way through different levels and things until you get to the main boss, which is kind of the traditional version of that boss battle that you would normally see in a Spider-Man movie or comic. Now, in terms of other things with the game, it is very good and I do like it a lot. The frame rate doesn't drop, the graphics are very impressive, and I just like the actual fact that there's a story. You don't really get a story in a free running game such as this. And the fact that you can play as multiple characters as well, I do really appreciate that, because it also gives you a little bit of an insight into the Spider-Man universe if you're not already a fan. So just to wrap up guys, this Spider-Man Unlimited game has some great visuals, some great gameplay, and a quite compelling story that I've actually enjoyed playing so far. The actual controls are very tight, I've not had any issues with the graphics and things, and it's going to work on pretty much any mobile device as long as it's got a relatively new processor. Otherwise the graphics aren't going to look as good as they do for instance here on my LG G3, but overall the sound effects, the voiceover work and everything is stellar, and I have really enjoyed playing the game overall. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass with a quick look at Spider-Man Unlimited, and I will catch you guys in the next video.